Okay, so again, class, for this morning, we'll be talking, class, the one of the major element of computer system, which is your computer system user. So we need to understand, class, what are these types and examples of computer system users. At the same time, class, we'll be discussing, and by the end of this lesson, you should also be able to identify on which type of users do we belong. Okay. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to differentiate from end users from professional users. So we actually have, class, two major classifications of computer system. Either you are an end user or you are a professional user. So this slide, we'll get to know how do we classify whether a user is an end user or professional users. And also, class, we'll be discussing some careers of a professional user, for which maybe one of you will be one of these, or one of you may be pursuing some of these careers in the future, especially if you have some interest on computers. Okay, so basically, class, when we say computer users, these are actually the actual users of computer, and it can be a professional user or it can be an end user. Okay, so what do we mean by end user? When we say, class, end user, these are the typical users of a computer who uses a computer, class, for some purposes like encoding, gaming, surfing the net, and watching movies, playing some music. These are typical end users of a computer. So mean to say, class, these end users, they are the ones at the receiving end of the so-called line. So why are they called, class, at the receiving end? It is because, class, they are the one who receives the application developed by some programmers. Okay, so they are the primary users of the programs created by software developers. So for example, if you are a gamer, class, you are still part of an end user because you are using a game application developed by some software developer. So you are at the receiving end. You receive the product, receive the software applications developed by some software developers. So these are what we call, class, end users. Okay, they are they are the ones who uses the computer or software made by the another. So again, they are at the receiving end because they are just plainly users of the computer who make use, class, of computers for encoding, surfing the net, watching movies, playing some music, and some other things that you can do when you use a computer. Examples, class, includes your office clerk. They use computers, class, for encoding purposes, disseminating information, printing jobs, encoding, preparing the payroll. Also, class, gamers. Gamers can also be classified as end users because, of course, basically they are using computer software for their games. Okay, class, for now, I can't readily see your messages nga naa sa chat box because sara ni ka monitor akong gamit karon. So I suggest, class, that you participate orally by using your microphone. Okay, so I can hear what things that you share, especially, class, when I ask you to participate. My class, office clerk, gamers, internet surfers. Okay, can you give me, class, some other examples of end user? What other some end users, class, that you can think of? Okay. How about, class, you as students? How do you classify yourself? Can you classify yourself, class, as end users? Class, can you classify
Yes,
yourself as an
sir.
end user? So
Yes,
basically,
sir.
class, you are using your
Yes.
laptops or
Yes,
computers at
sir.
home for doing research, playing games, watching your favorite movie, okay, playing some music, okay, encoding. So basically, you are part of these users, okay? We are part of an end users because class, we are just using class some computer applications or computer hardware which are developed by another individual. And this individual class who are part of creating a hardware or creating a software applications for the use of end users are what we call class your professional users. So again, when I say class professional users, these are the users of a computer who are involved in the creation, development, and maintenance of a computer hardware or software. So they have some technical knowledge class on how to create a program, on how to develop a specific hardware. Or they are in charge class of maintenance of a computer hardware. So they are part of these professional users. Again, those individual class who are part in creating a software, developing, and maintaining a computer hardware or software, they belong to professional user. So later class, once you are going to pursue some computer related courses like BS Information Technology, BS Computer Science, BS Computer Engineering are some computer related courses, you will become part of these professional users of computer because you will now know or you can now create your own computer software or perhaps you might be able to design your own computer hardware, okay, to meet or that is specifically customized to meet your needs. So these are again professional users. An examples class of these professional users are the following. Okay, so we have a system analyst. So what does a system analyst class do? Any idea? What job does a system analyst do in our company?
Mag-design, sir.
Okay, so they are the ones in charge class to design a new program or a new system for the operation of a company. Some more? Some more idea class about system analyst?
Evaluation, sir.
Okay, they are also the ones in charge to evaluate the existing system use so that the system analyst can be able to identify what are the problems encountered in the current software used by the company or the current system used by the company. Some more? So your system analyst class, they are the ones in charge of analyzing the current situation or the current setup of a company, and then by analyzing class the current setup of the company, the system analyst can propose a new system or a new software to improve the productivity and efficiency of the organization. Okay, so more or less class, your system analyst acts as an agent of change. Okay, they are the ones who analyzes class the current software or the current system used in the operation of a company, and then by analyzing them, they can propose changes and design class a new software for use of the company. That's the work of your system analyst. Then from the system analyst class, those designs created by your system analyst will be passed by your or will be passed to your programmer. So what's the job of a programmer? Anybody?
Involves in the development of a computer program.
Okay, they are the ones involved in the development of a computer program. Some more? Some more class you would like to share about computer programmer? Class, some other ideas? Okay. So system analyst class, they are the one who design a new software for use of the company. They propose changes, and then by doing so, they act as catalyst of change. Now, the work class of your programmer is to transform the design created by your system analyst into some sort of computer instructions. That's the work of your programmer. Again, class, your programmer will transform the design created by your system analyst into machine-readable instructions. So they are the ones who create class computer instructions based on the design created by your system analyst. Okay, that's the work of your programmer. And examples class of programmers are, shall I say, class application developer, software developer, game developers. They are all programmer. The same class with webmaster. Okay, your webmaster class is still part of a programmer because you are the one who create class websites. So they are part of the programmers team. Again, the work class of a programmer is to transform the design into computer instructions. And again, examples of programmer, the roles class of a programmer can be a game developer, software developer, or a webmaster. Okay, so once class a programmer is involved in creating a new game application, he will be called as game developer. Pero class, if a programmer is involved in designing a new website for a company, he is called as a webmaster. But then if a programmer class is involved in the creation of a new software, the programmer can be called as software developer. So these are the different roles class of a computer programmer. You can act as a game developer, application developer, a webmaster, or you can act as a software developer. Okay? Questions of our class or clarifications about system analyst and programmer?
None, sir.
Okay, I
None.
hope class is clear. Again, your system analyst is the one who design and propose changes for the system used in the company. Then the work of your programmer is to transform the design into computer instructions by coding. Okay, they do coding, they create instructions through the use class of different programming languages. Then another professional user we have or career related class to computer is a database administrator. What's the job of your database administrator?
Responsible for
Information
maintaining the
technician.
data of the company as stored in the database.
Okay, responsible for managing the data for a company. Some more class? Some more ideas about database administrator?
Information technician.
Okay, they are the ones who inform the information technician. Okay. Another idea, class? Okay, so basically, class, a database administrator is the one in charge in the security and integrity class of a company's data. So they are the ones class in charge in preparing reports for the use of the upper management or for the use class of for the use to create class new decisions for the higher level of management. And overall, they are the ones again in charge in managing the company's database. So whenever class there are some data leaks, data breaches, that's the job of your database administrator to secure the database, to make it class, to prevent those things from happening. So sila mag-secure to prevent class data leaks and data breaches, and again to ensure class the integrity of your data. So when we say class data integrity, mean to say the data is not altered or is not modified in some form. So the data should remain as it is by the moment it was stored to your computer. So dapat dili siya ma-change. That's the work of your database administrator. And basically, class, they are using some database applications like SQL Server, Microsoft Access, and then we also have class the MySQL. So these are some database applications used by the database administrator to manage class the different data for a company. And then as we have discussed class in our previous lesson, that your database is the highest form of the highest level in the data's hierarchy. So that's the job of your database administrator to manage class the data for a specific company. Then another professional user we have class is the so-called graphics animator. So what's the job of a graphics animator?
Developing designs primarily using a computer.
Okay, they are the one who create design for use the computer. Some more?
Makes animation to objects.
Okay, they create animations class to objects, especially class for those animated films, right? So those cartoons, those are animated films. So that's the job of your graphics animator to make animations to objects. Some more class that you wanted to share? Class, are there anything? Wala na? So again, that's the job of your graphics animator to create class animations to objects, especially class when you create class a animated films. So they employ several graphics animators to work in this film to produce class these high quality animated videos. Then another class aside from graphics animator is that we also have graphics designer. Okay, I have not included here in my slide, but you also have your graphics designer. Your graphics animator is in charge class in creating animations, while your graphics designer, they are the ones class who create some design. They create class tarpaulins, they edit images, they create objects class to be animated by your graphics animator. So in some company, they have a separate class, graphics designer, and a separate graphics animator. While in some cases, po, the graphics animator and graphics designer is all in the same person. So that depends on company's budget. If they can afford to have separate graphics animator and a separate graphics designer. Okay. Then another job or another career, if a professional administrator of a professional user class is what we call your network administrator. Okay, what's the job class of a network administrator?
Responsible for the overall network performance and security of all its computer systems.
Okay, for the network performance, at the same time class, the security of the computer systems in a specific network. Okay, some more that you would like to share?
Is in charge in building the network.
Okay, they are also the ones in charge in creating or building a network. So into the class, they design a network for a specific company. So for example, in small offices, they are the one class in charge to create a local area network. At the same time, if this company class has several branches, your network administrator is also responsible for connecting these different branches as one network. So, for example, we have branches in, for example, nasa Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So, your network administrator should be able to create class a network or to create a single network which will connect all their offices located in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So that's the job of your network administrator. Okay, some more classes that you would like to share about a network administrator? Okay, so wala na. So your network administrator class is also responsible for connecting the group of computers into your office to the internet. At the same time, the security. They are the ones class who secure your computers from hackers and intruders. So they create class security measures to make sure that nobody else is accessing their services without proper credentials. Okay? Because class, if that happens, like an intruder was able to successfully intruded a specific company, so it might be that there's a data breach or a data leak that will go out from the company because the company's network was not secure. So the ones in charge for securing the network is your network administrator. So they have firewalls and other security measures to implement class network security. Okay. Then we also have class a webmaster, which I have mentioned earlier, which is one role class of a programmer. Your webmaster again is the ones in charge to create class websites. Okay, so if you are into class, if you are into creating websites in the future, then you will become part of the webmaster team for a company. Then another role class of a programmer can be a game developer. If a programmer class is involved in creating new game applications or game applications, that's the job of your game developer. Okay, other questions, class, or clarifications?
None, sir.